On most of the planet, a leopard survives by staying unseen, hunting after dark to keep clear of larger predators. On this island, there are no larger predators, and the leopard moves in the open by day. Dawn spreads across the dry zone scrub of the south over brackish lagoon and coastal plain. A single cat lies draped along a branch, unhurried, watching the ground below. On that ground, a jungle fowl works the sunlit track. Out in the reservoir shallows, a stork probes the mud. A crown with no challenger raises a stranger question than dominance ever could. If the island's top predator has nothing to fear, then who actually holds the island? The answer begins with a single hunter, about to do something no leopard elsewhere would risk. On the southeastern edge of Sri Lanka, Yala opens in light forest, scrubland, grassland, tanks, lagoons, and coastal plain. During the dry months, the tracks pale under dust. Exposed stone warms early, and every pool becomes a place where signs gather. Hoofprints press into mud, bird calls sharpen. Deer pause with their heads lifted. A predator may be close, or the landscape may only be remembering one that passed before dawn. A leopard steps into the open after sunrise. The animal may leave a branch, cross a track, or stand for a moment in a wash of hard morning light. What matters is the confidence of the species here. The Sri Lankan leopard, Panthera pardus kotiya, is the island's own leopard subspecies, and today Sri Lanka's only native big cat. No resident tiger or lion shares these forests. That absence changes the hours a leopard can afford to use. Across much of Asia and Africa, daylight carries heavier rivals. Leopards in tiger country must account for a larger cat. Leopards in lion country survive by yielding space and time. They hunt the edges of other predators' worlds. In Yala, this rosetted hunter can lie on bare branches, cross open scrub, or walk a road while the sun still throws a sharp shadow. Secrecy remains part of its nature, yet visibility no longer costs as much. The pattern appears in fragments across many mornings. One leopard rests above the track. Another moves low through scrub. A third drags food toward shade. These moments do not need to belong to one animal to reveal one truth. The island has given the species room to show itself. Power here begins with an absence, and the leopard has learned to fill that open space. That freedom has limits even inside Yala. Leopards still avoid heat when the day grows hard. They still choose cover when prey turns nervous. They still depend on scent marks, scrapes, and known paths through thorn and grass. A cat that looks relaxed on a branch may have spent the dark hours patrolling a boundary, listening for rival calls, or watching a trail where deer pass before sunrise. Daylight visibility does not mean ease. It means the contest has moved from fear of larger predators toward competition among leopards, prey, heat, and terrain. The forest floor warns before it runs. A Sri Lanka jungle fowl scratches through leaves beside a track, flame-colored and loud. An endemic bird and the island's national bird. Its presence adds sound to the leopard's world. Ground birds and deer make the forest listen in layers. A sharp call or sudden lift of heads can turn scrub from calm to alert before the cat itself appears. Axis deer feed in the openings, heads down, ears turning. In Yala, they are among the leopard's most important prey, and their abundance helps explain why leopards can live close together in the protected blocks. A deer does not have to see the cat to feel the pressure of it. The herd reads sound, scent, posture, and the silence of other animals. The danger often arrives as a change in attention before it arrives as a body. A chase in this landscape is rarely the clean spectacle people imagine. More often, the story lies in preparation. A leopard uses shade, wind, and cover. Deer feed until one head rises. Alarm passes through the group. Dust lifts. Later, somewhere beyond the first burst of panic, the cat may rest over meat in shade or pull it toward cover. The truth of the hunt is not a single clean moment. Repetition builds the method from patience, pressure, and the sudden collapse of distance. Even the prey choice matters. Axis deer better express the daily structure of Yala's leopard country than a rare spectacle would. Their herds keep open ground alive with tension. Their alarm calls tell other animals where danger moves. Their abundance helps turn a dry zone forest into a place where the leopard's presence is read before it is seen. Around them, the smaller lives of the forest carry the same message. Langurs shift in trees. Peafowls step into open ground and then freeze. A jungle fowl call cuts across scrub with a force much larger than its body. The leopard's power spreads through these reactions. Before the cat takes anything, it changes posture, sound, and movement across the forest floor. The golden jackal belongs to the same alert system. It trots open edges, works scent lines, and shadows opportunity. Sometimes it hunts small animals for itself. Sometimes it arrives near the remains left by a larger predator. Its place in Yala is not measured against the leopard's strength. The jackal succeeds by noticing what has changed and reaching it quickly. So the leopard's daylight confidence is real, though it never becomes the whole answer. Dry ground favors the cat. Open scrub gives it room. Prey abundance supports its territory. The island's first lesson seems simple. Remove the larger rivals and the leopard rises. Then the track bends toward water and the cat's advantages begin to narrow. Inland, the dry zone is stitched together by water that people learned to hold. Minneriya is one of the great reservoirs of Sri Lanka's ancient irrigation landscape, traditionally credited to King Mahasen, who ruled from 276 to 303 CE. Through centuries of repair and renewal, the tank has remained more than a monument. It still shapes where animals gather, where plants survive drought, and where predators wait for the season to tighten the world. When the rains are strong, water spreads wide across the basin. During the dry months, the shore withdraws and exposes grass, mud, and shallows. That retreat does not empty the place, it concentrates it. Elephants graze in the open beds of the tank system. Deer, boar, birds, and smaller mammals come to the margins. Fish are forced into smaller pools. The season does not create hunger, but it gathers hunger into readable edges. Yala's leopard country and Minneriya's reservoir country belong to different scenes of the island. The connection lies in the change of rule. On dry land, a leopard's body is almost perfectly matched to the problem: stealth, acceleration, climbing, and strength. At the water's edge, those gifts lose some reach. The margin belongs to another form of patience. The mugger crocodile is built for held water. This freshwater crocodilian lives in rivers, lakes, marshes, reservoirs, and village tanks, broad-snouted and armor-backed, made less for pursuit than for position. It can bask for long hours with almost no movement, then shift from stillness to force when a fish, bird, mammal, or careless drinker comes close enough. Its danger begins long before any lunge. A floating eye changes the meaning of the bank. A tail slide cut into mud tells of weight hidden below the surface. Water that looks empty can hold a predator whose best skill is disappearing into plain sight. The mugger's power is not speed across a landscape. A narrow strip of shore becomes uncertain because the animal can wait almost without being read. The leopard may drink at a tank, move along the bank, or pause while a crocodile floats offshore, but the meeting need not become a duel. The stronger idea is the border itself. A few meters can turn the island's top land predator into an animal making careful choices. Dry ground answers to claws and muscle. Deep water answers to eyes just above the surface and jaws waiting below it. That border changes the question. If Sri Lanka's top land predator can be checked by water, then power on the island is conditional. Ground favors one hunter. Open water favors another. Mud, reeds, darkness, and carrion shift the balance again. No animal carries authority everywhere. The tank also shows how old human engineering has become part of wild behavior. Reservoirs built for agriculture now hold fish, birds, crocodiles, elephants, deer, and the hunters that follow them. Minneriya's most famous dry season spectacle is the gathering of elephants. Yet the same contraction of water works on smaller animals as well. As the reservoir recedes, bodies come closer to the edges. Relief and risk arrive together. At the shore, patience becomes a weapon. The crocodile spends energy slowly, A bird steps through shallows. A hoofprint fills with water. A deer lowers its head and raises it again. Nothing has to happen for the threat to be present. The bank itself has changed. No longer only a place to drink, it has become a place where the shape of the water has learned to wait. Stored water also brings prey into contact that would otherwise stay apart. Grazers come for grass exposed by the falling level. Waders follow fish trapped in shallows. Smaller mammals use damp edges after the surrounding ground dries. Each arrival adds information for the crocodile: vibration, scent, shadow, timing. The reservoir becomes a calendar written in mud. As water retreats, danger does not spread evenly. It thickens along the rim. Beyond the deeper pools, reeds and shallow channels break the crocodile's command. The water becomes tangled, narrow, and broken into smaller paths. In those places, another cat begins to matter. One that does not need a ridge, a branch, or a wide tank edge. A few inches of water, a bank of grass, and a night full of small movement are enough. This shift from tank to marsh is subtle. The large predator that dominates open water loses certainty where roots, stems, and shallow turns divide the surface. Fish move under cover. Frogs call from places too narrow for a heavy body to enter cleanly. The island has not removed danger from the water. It has changed the size of the animal best suited to use it. Across Sri Lanka's wetlands, marsh edges, canals, mangroves, paddy borders and tank margins, a smaller predator works the line between land and water. These places do not always look wild at first glance. A canal may run beside houses. A paddy may shine after rain. Reeds may grow behind a road. Yet for the right animal, such ordinary wet places form a hidden country. The fishing cat is a wetland specialist. Stocky, short-legged, broad-headed, and heavier than many small cats, it carries a coarse, grey-brown coat broken by dark markings. Its feet are partly webbed. Its claws do not vanish completely into their sheaths, and dense fur helps keep water from reaching the skin. These details make the animal practical rather than mythical. Few cats are as well suited to stepping into water as part of daily hunting life. A fishing cat may wade with slow care, wait on a log, sit at the edge of a channel, or slip through reeds until only the pattern of its coat breaks the darkness. Fish break the surface. Frogs move in the margins. Crabs and small mammals use the same wet ground. The cat's hunting world is built from small sounds and short distances. A ripple against grass, a paw entering water, a quick lift of prey into cover. Its body explains the quiet. Short legs keep it low at the bank. A heavy head and muscular neck help with struggling prey. Partly webbed feet give purchase in mud and shallows. The tail, shorter and thicker than a house cat's, follows close behind as the animal turns through cover. Nothing about the fishing cat needs exaggeration. The more closely it is watched, the more specialized it becomes. The leopard is obvious because it is large. The crocodile is obvious because the waterline gives it weight. The fishing cat is hidden by being local, nocturnal, and tied to wet patches that people often overlook. Its range across South and Southeast Asia is fragmented, and in Sri Lanka, its future depends heavily on wetlands that can be drained, polluted, crossed by roads, or cut into pieces too small and dangerous to use. By day, a wetland may seem to belong to birds. Painted stalks wade through shallows, sweeping partly open bills through the water and snapping shut by touch when fish or other small aquatic prey makes contact. Their feeding is visible and rhythmic. The fishing cat's work is quieter. The same wet ground can look open under daylight and secretive after dark. No family drama is needed to understand the stakes. When wetlands shrink, fragment, or become dangerous to cross, a cat built around water loses the very pattern that lets it hunt. One patch may hold fish, the next may lie beyond a road. A canal may feed a marsh while also forcing the cat into exposed crossings. The animal's problem is geography, and geography can become danger, one broken patch at a time. That danger widens the meaning of wilderness. Fishing cats can live near human edges because water often runs through the same places people build, farm and drive. A reed bed beside a canal, a marsh behind houses, or a paddy margin after rain can all be part of the cat's working country. A predator can be hidden by the ordinary, by the small, wet places passed every day without being seen. For a wetland hunter, survival depends on continuity at ground level. A narrow ditch may connect two feeding places. A strip of reeds may hide a crossing. A dark canal edge may be safer than open grass. Break those links, and the animal is forced into brighter, harder, faster spaces. The threat is not only the loss of one marsh, it is the loss of the small, wet bridges between marshes. Here the island offers another answer. The leopard holds the open, dry ground only where dry ground is the question. The crocodile holds the deeper edge where depth and stillness matter. In reeds and shallow channels, the question changes again. A smaller body becomes the better design. Sri Lanka's predator world is not a ladder rising toward one crown. Instead, the island arranges matches between body, habitat, hour, and opportunity. Where wetlands meet mud, meals rarely end cleanly. Fish are dropped, birds die, crocodiles leave scraps. Leopards leave parts of kills in shade. The next layer does not need to chase the living at all. It reads what the others leave behind. Every predator changes the ground after it feeds. A leopard's kill may leave scraps under cover. A crocodile may abandon pieces along a bank. A stork may drop a fish. A wetland night may end with remains scattered through reeds or mud. The hidden order of the island lies not only in the animals that bring prey down, it continues through the mouths that arrive after the danger has moved on. Golden jackals are often among the first visible scavengers on open ground. They travel light, read scent quickly, and use the spaces between larger animals. They can hunt small prey, forage, or take carrion, yet timing gives them their place in this story. They do not need the largest body or the strongest bite. They need to reach opportunity before heat, insects, water, or another mouth removes it. A jackal on a road at dawn, a pair crossing scrub, a muzzle lowered to scent at a bank, a brief tug at remains. Together, these signs show a predator shaped by alertness. Its success often comes in the pause between violence and disappearance, after the large hunter is gone and before the whole landscape has absorbed what happened. Jackals also work the living edges. A grasshopper, a fallen fruit, a nest, a lizard, a weak bird, a scrap of meat. The menu changes with season and chance. That breadth lets them persist where stricter hunters would fail. Their calls make them sound larger than they are, stretching across dusk and open ground, turning scattered animals into a presence that seems to come from every side. The jackal also removes a false idea from the island's hierarchy. A smaller predator is not a failed version of a larger one. It solves a different problem. Where the leopard invests in strength and stealth, the jackal invests in mobility, attention, and quick response. The aftermath is not an afterthought. For some animals, it is the main opportunity. The water monitor works many of the same edges more slowly. In Sri Lanka, it is a familiar presence around rivers, wetlands, tank shores, and human margins where water, refuse, eggs, fish, small animals, and carrion can all become food. This large semi-aquatic lizard swims well, climbs onto banks with heavy assurance, and samples the air with a tongue that reads scent in motion. Its value is breadth. A monitor can cross water and land, search holes, raid eggs, take small prey, feed on scraps, and slide back into cover when disturbed. Mammals, birds, insects, and microbes all play their parts in breaking down the dead. The monitor matters because it moves between so many of those worlds, turning overlooked material into movement. The lizard's pace changes the mood of the margin. A jackal darts in and out, always listening. A monitor advances with heavier certainty, stopping often, tongue tasting the air, body pressed close to warm mud or stone. Around tanks and canals, it can seem almost prehistoric, yet its success is modern and practical. It thrives by accepting whatever the edge provides. This is where the island becomes less tidy and more real. Predation does not end when the dramatic animal leaves. Food passes through smaller, less celebrated bodies. Jackals remove meat. Monitors work edges and remains. Insects open what vertebrates miss. Microbes finish the work beyond sight. Carrion does not sit outside the system. It becomes one of the system's currencies. The mud margin records that currency for a little while. It holds tracks, scent, feathers, fish scales, tail drags, hoof prints, and the soft scars of bodies crossing. A leopard's path, a crocodile slide, a jackal print, and a monitor's tail mark can appear on the same bank without belonging to the same encounter. The place is shared by repeated use. Water and heat erase each mark, and new marks arrive. That temporary record is one of the clearest ways to understand the dry zone. Mud remembers more honestly than drama does. It shows who came to drink, who came to hunt, who crossed after dark, and who fed after the hunters had left. By morning, the edges may already be blurred. By noon, they may be gone. The island keeps writing and erasing its own evidence. By now, the opening question has changed. The leopard's lack of a larger rival made dominance seem simple. The body of the island has answered with complications. Water changes the rules. Wetlands change the rules. Scavengers change the meaning of a kill after the hunter is gone. The final movement belongs to the hour when those rules begin to shift all at once. Dusk does not gather Sri Lanka into one view. It changes what can be read. Heat leaves the stone. The hard shine comes off the tracks. Calls travel differently through cooling air. Shadows join under bushes until separate hiding places become one dark edge. The island does not become quieter. It becomes harder to see with the eyes alone. The morning leopard offers one brief memory. A large cat once visible in daylight can vanish within a few steps when the light begins to fail. That change is the discovery. Power does not stay fixed in the animal. It moves with the hour. A body that looked dominant at noon must renegotiate the world by evening, just as every other hunter does. After sunset, signs grow more important than sightings. A print can say a predator passed after the dust cooled. A sudden silence can tell of movement before anything appears. A ripple can hold weight without showing a back or tail. Bent reeds can preserve a path for minutes, then lose it to wind. The island asks to be read by pressure, absence, and trace. This temporal world feels larger than a list of animals. Daylight rewards bold outlines. A spotted coat on a branch, a bird in shallows, a bank under sun. Dusk rewards interpretation. The viewer learns to notice edges where one surface becomes another. Dust to mud, mud to water, water to reed, reed to darkness. Every border gathers possibility. Night also changes sound. Jackals can turn distance into a chorus. Frogs make wet ground seem bigger than it is. Wings rise from a bank before the cause is visible. Something heavy enters water, and the sound ends before the mind can name it. The hidden predators of Sri Lanka are not hidden only by cover. They are hidden by timing, by the short delay between sign and understanding. Scent also rises differently as the heat falls. Damp earth holds messages longer. Leaves release the day stored inside them. A track that meant little under sun becomes readable to a nose moving close to the ground. The night does not simply cover the island. It opens senses that daylight kept secondary. For hunters and hunted alike, the world grows larger while visibility shrinks. The emotional answer arrives there. No single animal holds the island because the island is not one simple place. It keeps altering the test. The same footstep may be safe on dust and dangerous at the bank. The same darkness may protect one hunter and expose another. The same remains may be waste to one body and a meal to the next. Holding Sri Lanka means fitting a moment before that moment changes. By full dark, the strongest images are not battles, they are traces. Dust softening over a paw print, water flattening after a quiet disturbance, reeds closing behind a small body, tail marks near a bank, hoof prints filling slowly with night moisture. Each sign lasts briefly. Each belongs to a creature using the island on terms no other creature fully shares. The feeling left behind is not conquest. Precision remains. Every animal survives by finding the fraction of Sri Lanka that answers its body. A warm branch, a shrinking bank, a reed tunnel, a carrion edge, a damp path under stars. None receives the whole island. Each receives a doorway that opens only under certain conditions, then closes again, while the night keeps moving around it. That is the hidden architecture of Sri Lanka. Its predators endure because the island keeps dividing power into hours, edges, depths, leftovers, season, weather, memory, drought, rain, monsoon, heat, and distance. The leopard may carry the emblem of the place, but the place itself carries the deeper design. To understand it, the eye must stop looking only for the crown and begin reading the ground beneath it. Night closes over the dry zone, and the island separates into working parts. On one track, a leopard's prints fade into scrub. At a reservoir edge, the water lies still until something needs to drink. In a reed bed, a smaller cat follows a channel no larger hunter can use. Along the mud, a jackal and a monitor read what the day has left behind. No single animal holds Sri Lanka. The island holds them all by changing the rules from ground to water, from daylight to dark, and from one hidden edge to the next.